Hi, this is Tessa. You know me better as the intro voice on the Village Idiom. This is the 200th episode of the Village Idiom podcast, and so they asked me to record a special intro for this milestone episode. So here we go. Coming up on this 200th episode of the Village Idiom.
You've probably heard all these a million times.
You remind me of a baby crow.
Oh no.
Small pecker.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every single week for 200 weeks in a row, we choose a popular saying and take it admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while even interesting, if we're lucky, educational, dive into its usage, its meaning, its origins, and we have a lot of fun doing it, but mostly we do all of that just to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I'm Skinny. That could be one of your best ones yet.
I know, and I barely peeked at my notes.
That's just right out of the thinker.
If you ever wanted, how long does it take you to memorize that?
200 weeks.
200 years, 200 weeks, roughly 4 years.
Well, congratulations, you did it.
And a congratulations to you.
Every week without missing, we've done it.
We have not failed.
Nope.
The only failure is that if you go back into our history, there is no episode 1. But it did air.
Yeah, no, it absolutely happened. We had a recording failure, right?
Yeah.
But
so a recording failure, or
a video recording failure? I think it's the audio is clearly there, but we have no video of that one.
Oh, is it only the video that's missing? So if you go to your favorite podcast app, episode 1 is there.
Episode 1 is there.
Oh,
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but no video.
No, okay.
That's all up here. You have to imagine.
My bad. I thought episode 1 was gone.
I don't think. No, I'm pretty sure it's there.
Okay.
That was like one of the best ones. It's been downhill ever since.
That was our rehearsal.
Well, it's been good. It's been a fun adventure.
Yeah, and it has evolved. I was listening back to some of the old ones to see if there's something funny to talk about, and there are, like, it has evolved. The order of things, adding our origin song.
Shout out Dobby.
Yep. All those kinds of things. It has slightly evolved over the 200 episodes. 200 episodes.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Watch out, Joe Rogan.
One episode for every listener.
And if you call it now, you can claim one for $10.
We will retitle it.
We'll put it back out with your name on it. Yeah. That's so hilarious.
That is funny.
It's been it's been fun, something to like we do it for us to get together and for the Village Idiom people who want to come on the ride. But it's not been about something delusions of grandeur.
No, and the truth is, though, let's be honest for a second, is while we do this literally for our own enjoyment and hanging out, and it's creative and all of those kinds of things, it has evolved to a point I'm like, I would listen to this, and I'm like, what if we put any effort into marketing? like even
it'll never work.
Even 5 minutes.
It's like, how often do you see sriracha ads? How often?
Sriracha. Oh man, I feel like Cliff Clavin right now. I'm not even gonna.
No sriracha ads. Do you see sriracha ads really?
Sriracha is public domain.
Is that why you don't see sriracha ads? It's public domain.
Yeah, there are certain like the Rooster one. That's the most famous one.
Okay,
but the guy who created it refused to copyright it. All of the above. He's like, no, the whole world should have this. And that's why you see it everywhere.
I heard it's like the rich man's sauce at a poor man's price or something was like some advertised slogan or non-advertised slogan.
So somebody had the slogan. Yeah, I'm sure. Because
it's delicious.
Yeah.
But you don't see a lot of ads.
It's brilliant. I just watched my first ever, you're going to be amazed by this, my first ever episode of Hot Ones.
What?
I know. Everybody's like, do you watch Hot Ones? Because I love spicy.
Yeah.
And I've never watched it. The first one I watched just yesterday, David Blaine.
Okay, yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. And so it was interesting. And David Blaine himself seemed out of character in a good way. I was like, I think
was he barfing up frogs on that one?
I think I just saw the real you.
Well, but he doesn't. I think when I saw this episode, he doesn't like break. He's not like, oh, this is crazy, because he has full mastery of his body.
Right? Yeah. You can tell.
It's a good one.
It was but more in the beginning. More in the beginning before it gets real hot. The host, whatever his
John
name
Evans.
is, he brought up tell me about this old magic shop when he was a kid, and you saw his eyes light up, like, oh yeah, I got a story about that, and I'm like, I just saw
Like a child, David.
Yeah,
the child of David Blaine come up.
Okay.
Is this your card? Get out of my. How did you get in there, David Blaine?
Yeah. So it was good. It's a good show. It's an interesting concept.
It's funny.
I wish we'd have thought something.
The truth serum. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, today it is our 200th episode, but we also have an actual idiom we're going to cover as per usual, and it goes a little something like this. Do you want to hear it again? Because
I'd like to hear it the first time.
All right.
Birds.Of.A.Feather.Flock.Together.
Now, what I'm seeing is like cartoon.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing, it doesn't belong on what I'm seeing.
No, that is from Hilda. Season 1, episode 8, if you want to look it up. But you know what's funny is when I went to find clips of any movie, TV show, or anything that had the words "Birds of a Feather Flock Together," so many were musical. Like a ridiculous amount were musical. Let me see really quickly here. Here we go. Here's another one.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's a See, that's like a ballad, one after the other. That was from Grease too.
What?
And
it's pretty popular.
I can't find the other ones. Oh, here. This is from Rio, which of course is a bird movie. So it's like everything was musical. It was kind of fun. Well, so anyway, Birds of a Feather.
It's
the
true
full,
in real
the full
life.
one is Birds of a Feather Flock Together.
You do end up finding people who are like you or that enjoy things like you.
Not yet.
No, I did say people who like you. I said people who are like you.
Right.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing because so I was involved with a leading youth group for I don't know like decades, and it would be the craziest thing that a new teen could walk into a group of 100 teens and navigate to his people.
Right.
And so it's interesting. So for better, for worse, if it was like, a positive thing, or like the sports people found the sports people. But if a kid was like, he's got troubles and we're trying to, maybe help him find like a, new group of friends, it would like beep, pop, boop, beep, boop, find other kids who are troubled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like, it's amazing. It's like magnets.
Well, in researching this idiom, I did find in Switzerland, there's a similar saying. Doesn't talk about birds or feathers or anything like that, but it
instruments of a knife all fit in one slot.
No, but
okay,
it basically goes with what you saying. It was like something like-minded children get along better. Like it was not the most flowery saying.
I wonder if they say it in Swedish.
But I think there's that categorization.
Like-minded children, hurdy-gurdy.
You're thinking of.
I see. Oh, that's Swedish.
Oh, you said Swedish. I said Switzerland. I used to work at a music store, and I would judge somebody by their appearance and go, because we had,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Fist bump.
Wait a second.
Well, that wasn't the moral.
We got, music demos playing over the speakers, and I would just look at how they're dressed, what they're.
Your section's over there, pothead.
And I would just switch music. And I would give myself points if they came up and said, what's playing right now?
What is that?
Yeah. And I'm like, yes, I nailed you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's and it was fantastic because there's great strength in like
numbers,
some faith music, and there's a genre for every world genre.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're into
I worked in a Christian music store,
gangster country, then you'll find it.
And the sad part about some, not all, Christian faith-based music is that there's a lot of it that's trying to fill the need of like. So
10 people?
We're talking late 80s, early 90s when I was there. So it'd be like, if you like AC/DC, and it was like, here's X Sinner.
Nice.
If you like, and I'm like, every once in a while there'd be a creative artist that, no comparison, like, doesn't really match anybody. Like, there you go. There's some creativity. That guy, this band, this artist.
But just because, yeah, it's like if it's popular genre in the global setting, well. It's just Christians are just everybody.
Yeah.
Like just
even my music days, literally when I was back in my boy band days, Christian boy band, the magazine ad that they put in numerous magazines said newer kids, different block.
That's awesome.
See, like they had to compare.
Yeah, I guess you do that. You're trying to find like if you like this bird, you'll also like these birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're wearing these feathers,
It was like pre-Amazon.
yeah.
Yeah. People who like this music will also bought this music.
Although there is an Amazon parrot, right?
Yeah.
Bring it all back around.
People that will.
So-
birds that stick together. The biggest one that comes to mind is Velcros.
What?
Okay.
Oh, Velcros. I'm like, what?
I bet you didn't know that. Okay,
Did
so
that
if you
just happen right now?
So if
Birds
you-
of a feather stick together. They're called Velcros.
Velcros. So what
Wait,
you
no,
do?
stop. Did you make that up?
I'm prepared for this. That
was great.
That was my segue.
What are birds that stick together? Velcros. Birds of a feather that stick.
I haven't finished my bit.
I'm so happy with this.
I haven't finished my
Okay,
bit.
go.
So if you can muster up and you do come across a murder, if you can reach across, you grab one crow, grab another crow. Most people don't know to do this. If you rub them and push them together, they can't fly away. It's true.
Birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather, Velcros. Yeah, it's a different species. Little like and you can't just put any two Velcros together. Like they can't be the same ones. They have to be actually like the two opposite ones. Yeah. It goes without saying.
Do you know where you often find a murder of crows?
Mm-mm.
At a crowbar.
Nice. Oh, there's a little something. It's just crow humor.
You probably heard all these a million times.
You remind me of a baby crow.
Oh no,
Small pecker.
I was trying to think. Wait, when were you? How do you have this knowledge?
What?
Oh my goodness! I had yeah. I had I think I might have already told you the story. I had a funny experience the other day where somebody in my real world, who I have a professional relationship with, came across our podcast. Okay. And I'm like, oh boy, like these worlds don't cross,
no.
right? And I said, oh, he goes, yeah, I was with my wife, and it's a professional relationship in a religious environment for a nonprofit. All like them couldn't be more professional and act proper. And I said, oh, which one?
We never say anything awful.
No. We're pretty good. I said, oh, which one did you listen to? He goes, oh, we listened to Peeping Tom.
That one had a little bit.
I'm like, oh, great.
That's the one.
Anyway,
of course, that's the one.
He said he's like, we're gonna listen together.
Yeah,
we loved it. So.
We're very much G-rated.
Yeah,
but of all of them, Peeping Tom was had a couple moments.
How do you not cover?
It's Peeping Tom.
Anyway,
what does Tom do? He peeps. That's what he does.
Tom peeps.
He's a peeper.
Everywhere he goes, he's peeping.
That's Peeping Tom.
Peeped over there. He's just marking his territory. So before we get into origins, I discovered something because we've talked about this with other idioms where in this particular idiom, usually when you use it, most of the clips I found in movies, they only say birds of a feather.
Oh, like
they don't finish it.
Fill in the blanks.
So the interesting part about that is that process of only saying the first part because the rest is not necessary has a name, and I'm going to try and pronounce this. I wrote it down. Oh man, anapoditon. That's it. Anapoditon. Anapoditon is the saying only the first part because the listener finished it. So like, well, when life gives you lemons,
you make lemonade.
Yeah, you don't have to finish it.
Right.
And so tons of idioms and sayings are like
How
that.
hard would that be from someone who's not from here? Learning English as a second language.
Well, I'm actually helping teach.
Learning English as a second language.
I'm actually learning English. I'm teaching someone English as their second language.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not a professional teacher, but we connected. I was doing voiceover for their English teaching school, and the director doesn't speak English well enough.
That's tricky.
So
for an English
she hires proper teachers. She just manages it. But now she wants to learn more, so I'm teaching her. And so we're slowly going through a novel, and
teach her idioms.
The number of idioms and phrases
Yeah.
that, like, I'm like, I don't even know why we say that. We got hung up on this one the other day, no pun intended. The phone rang off the hook. She's like, "What's that supposed to mean?" And this is probably an idiom we could do later, and I'm like, I had to full on explain.
Well, off the hook.
Old-fashioned telephones.
Oh, I see. Oh,
and
yeah.
then if it rang a lot, the vibration could essentially knock the receiver
That's
off.
like layered.
When you were done, you had to put it back on. But now we don't have phones like that. But we still say if your phone is ringing a lot, that it's ringing off
Vibrated
the hook.
off the table.
And she goes, "Oh, we have one in Chinese." I'm like, "Oh, great. What's that one?" She goes, "Well, you know when you're in lots of traffic, we have one." Didn't translate well, but she's like, where we refer to horses and carriages. but there are no horses and carriages anymore. But it's still what we say about how busy the traffic is.
Right. Interesting.
I'm like, oh, there you go.
Like
Same kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the English language is, well, all languages. There's an example in 2 languages where it's history gives you an idiom or a phrase that sticks. But anyway, what did I say? Anapoditon.
I like it.
Yeah. We're probably going to use that word more because there's a ton of idioms that do that where you don't have to say the entire thing.
Note to self, Rid link, Anapoditon.
Anapoditon.
Okay.
Sounds like a dinosaur. A water living dinosaur.
It's an Anapoditon.
Yeah.
It's got a big long bill, but only half. It's only half of a dinosaur.
Why isn't it called an anapa?
Well, maybe there's more to it that we don't know.
Oh, I hope so. Maybe it's Adaponotonosaurus.
Tautosaurus, yeah. That's always the clever way. Just add a saurus to the end.
Okay, so my kids are all named after dinosaurs.
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever even said that on this podcast, but Tyron.
Yep.
So all my kids at, I think it was grade 2 or 3, got the same worksheet, which was a space at the bottom to write your name, and then it said Asaurus afterwards, and then you drew whatever dinosaur. So if it was you write down Skinny, and you're like, okay, you got Skinny-asaurus, create that dinosaur, and you'd have to draw a picture. Well, Tyron writes his name.
That is awesome.
Tyrannosaurus. He's like, yes,
I know what this looks like.
Funny, eh?
Yeah, don't have to guess.
Yeah. Anyway, now we just call him Tyron instead of Tyrannosaurus because he's an Anapoditon.
That's fantastic.
How do we get onto that?
Oh,
sauruses, dinosaurs. Okay, got it.
It's what other kind of 200 things are we celebrating? I know some people sent in some love.
Well, okay, let's start with this because we do have a couple messages from people, but I'm going to start with Beetlebat. Remember Beetlebat?
I do, very much.
One of the co-hosts of the Soupbox podcast.
The Soupbox podcast.
What I was going to ask him
They need to put up more episodes because it's really good when they do it.
Yeah, they're like 9 months apart each episode.
You gotta have.
I was gonna have him because in their early days of podcasting, they would talk about video games or whatever, and then they would compare said video game to a soup. Mm-hmm. Thus the name Soupbox. And it would be, well, I think that's a chunky tomato because, and they would actually connect the dots. So I was gonna ask him, like, maybe we still said maybe you can do this for a later episode, but like if you were gonna compare the Village Idiom podcast to a soup, which soup would it be and why? So anyway, he did send in a recorded message. I'm going to play it now. And even though we're going to do Riddle-Link later, he includes a Riddle-Link. He did not include the answer. And the reason I'm going to do it now is we might need this amount of time to figure out the answer because I do not know the answer.
Oh, no.
And I've heard it.
Okay.
And all morning.
You chewing on it and you can't figure it out?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
So let's see.
The legitimate children, you can work through this with us.
Hi, Jurassic Mark and Skinny. This is Beetlebat. To congratulate you on your 200 episodes of the Village Idiom, I've got a Riddle-Link for you. Congratulate yourself with a steak on this slightly curious anniversary.
Did you get that?
Okay, tell me one more time.
Okay, let me go to that. Let me see if I can find it.
Congratulate yourself with a steak on this slightly curious anniversary.
So I'm thinking it's a type of steak. I'm
gonna go pat yourself on the back something. So congratulate yourself is pat yourself on the back.
Congratulate yourself. Congratulate
and you're
yourself
teaching
with
her
a
English.
Steak.
So that's just where my immediate mind goes. Congratulate yourself. The only thing that so congratulate yourself is pat yourself on the back.
Why steak?
Well, this is why it's a riddle.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's congratulate yourself.
Bacon.
Well, on this odd anniversary. Maybe it's a triple.
No, it's not. Oh, is it a triple?
For you. Congratulate yourself with a steak on this slightly curious anniversary.
I think anniversary's out. I don't think anniversary's part of it.
Okay, well, we'll just chew on that. But pat yourself on the back.
Curious. See, I was like ribeye wonder. I was trying to come up with a steak and then something. Flank.
Pat yourself on the back.
Congratulate yourself. Pat yourself on the back. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's like jumps into the mind. But then with a steak, a back something steak back.
Maybe we should call him.
Well, if Village Idiom children chime in, we'd love to hear from you.
All right. So if we don't figure it out by the end, we're coming back next week with that one. If we don't figure it out by the end, we're going to leave this one. We'll repeat it at the end and leave this one hanging.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Okay. So we do have others coming up. We've got 2 riddle links sent in, recorded audio riddle links sent in by Dangle.
That's fantastic.
Dangle Ano. And so we've got that, and you know what? Before we get into origins, do you want to hear the recording of my favorite surprise call in?
Yeah.
So this was a shock. In fact, even before we get into that, let me read some of the. Did you get any questions emailed in or anything?
Because I got a message in from a Barry Madden saying that if your podcast had a smell, it would be like the grave.
Well, so not a fan then?
I don't think he likes it. That's fine, Barry Madden.
So I got this from 99. Oh,
Red Balloons.
99's Enough Balloons, it says.
that's a good
great username. 99's Enough Balloons. He says, he or she says, I'm such a fan of you guys and the Village Idiom. What podcast are you a fan of?
Ooh, that's a great one.
Right?
So, on the fun side, the funny because they're not all like
You don't want to admit it.
Not entirely. I love comedians.
Yeah.
And so the bulk, there's like only like a couple of like straight up clean comedians.
Right.
And then the rest have just an edge to them and use words that I don't.
Right.
And so, I run that through the filter. So I enjoy Bill Burr.
Does he have a podcast?
The Bill Burt. So him and Burt Kreischer do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can imagine.
I can't imagine. I didn't know that one existed, actually.
The Flagrant podcast.
I can't believe we listen to different podcasts.
Well, it's just, yeah.
Who's the Flagrant? Who's that?
It's, oh my God, Akash Singh, and was the lean guy. He just had a special that he pulled back from Netflix.
Oh,
bought it back.
Andrew Schultz?
Yeah, Andrew Schultz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the comedian related ones, and then this is a great like little life hack that just also in political commentary. So you listen to like a little Ben Shapiro or something like that. Put on a political commentary before you go to sleep, and so I sleep with one earbud in, head down, one ear against the pillow, one earbud in, listening to political commentaries. I'm gone in like seconds.
So you're not actually listening.
That's my sleeping. It's like the ocean. It's like putting up the conch shell to your ear.
You listen
to
right-wing conservative political podcast to fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Why don't you fall asleep to?
I wake up with a little mustache and my right arm out.
Put Ben Shapiro in one ear, Bill Maher in the other. Let them play simultaneously while you sleep.
Yeah, it's funny. Well,
Bill Maher's I could have gone further left. Yeah, I should have gone further left.
Closer than you think.
Yeah, that's true. So I do listen to a little bit of politics, politically related podcasts. That's sort of where I get news nowadays. But my favorites, I've listened to every single episode ever of the Stuff You Should Know podcast with Chuck and Josh. I listen to Conan O'Brien. That would be one of the comedians I listen to. His funny. Like, Conan Needs a Friend is what it's called, or a fan.
You and I went to see him in concert.
It was great.
In concert. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
In live.
In live, yeah.
Conan and Friends.
Yeah, with a whole ream of friends of his.
Yeah, it was good.
I was trying to think of who actually showed up that night, and the only one I could think of is, oh man, name escapes me. He's pretty much a stoner. Ron Funch.
Okay.
Funches? Ron Funches. Funch. Anyway.
Anyway, that's good.
So good question. Those are a couple of mine. And I haven't heard a single episode, but listening to Conan O'Brien, he had Dana Carvey on.
Oh, that's another one that's on my list. Sorry.
To plug the new one, A Weird Place?
No, when Dana Carvey and they basically it's pulling Saturday Night Live alumni. It's what's it called? Fly on the Wall. Keep talking and I'll pull it up real quick.
Well, Dana Carvey has a new podcast under the Coco Team Coco umbrella called A Weird Place, and he's basically reviving kind of weird audio drama meets Twilight Zone, but Dana Carvey does half the voices and sound effects.
Smartless?
Oh, Smartless. Dana Carvey's not in that.
No. But when I pulled up the app, it's like, Smartless is another one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, enjoy. It's Dana Carvey and David Spade, Fly on the Wall.
Oh, what a great combo.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one either. Oh, man, there's too much list. I have earbuds in all day as it is.
Comedy Bang Bang. Yeah, I find life already has enough like things that are downtrodden and disappointing.
Yeah.
So I try and counterbalance that with just laughing mindlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so because the podcasts aren't, they're not like joke after joke after joke.
No.
It's not like that at all.
You can't do that in a podcast.
It's just
it's scripted.
It's viewing the world. Well, they get edited down.
Yeah.
But just
I listen to Kevin Hart's podcast.
I didn't know he had one.
Yeah, well, it's a Sirius XM that has been converted to a podcast kind of thing, where he just interviews other comedians.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
So, okay, two really quick, because I actually brought up, did anybody send in questions or comments for a reason? So one really quick one, username Ghetto Blaster, ?
I love it.
I listen.
That's great.
They must be a listener. They made that username just for us. I listen regularly for the ridiculous, and I'm saddened by how much I learn. I can't tell if this is a comedy show or a classroom.
There you go.
That nailed it.
Yeah, that's kind of.
And then this one was
half the hope.
Rain Will's son, 23.
These are great usernames.
All of your guests seem to be just friends of yours. Have you ever thought about having a celebrity?
If we knew one.
So this is the segue to the recorded message of a listener who sent in, but I don't know if I need to set up who this, there's A-level celebrities and below. And I don't know what level this is. So think back to season 3 of American Idol, when American Idol still used to kind of make fun of singers.
Okay.
And there was a guy who went viral before anything went viral, named William Hung.
She bang.
Do you remember him?
She bang.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Listen to this recording. I should have had it more ready. Here we go.
Hi, this is William Hung. I want to congratulate Jurassic Mark and Skinny on their 200th episode of the Village Idiom podcast. This is the most exciting thing to happen to my favorite podcast since my performance on American Idol.
Wait for it.
She bangs, oh baby, when she moves, I go crazy.
Right? That is amazing. William Hung, of course I know who William Hung is.
I had to keep that under my hat.
How did you not tell me about that?
To surprise you with that.
That is great.
And there's a video. We'll post the video.
We need to include that in like the opener ending. Like she bang.
Should.
Oh man, yeah. You've got to send me that.
We've never had him as a guest.
Why do you guys only have famous or your friends?
But we got a famous call in, so that's great.
That is a fantastic addition.
Thought I'd surprise you with that.
That just makes my day. that is the cream of the crop, pièce de résistance for number 200.
Yeah,
William Hung
highlight 200th episode as the highlight of the day.
Oh man, well thank you, illegitimate child,
William Hung. Here we go. Let's get into it.
Sure.
I said some words. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origins.
All right. Well, let's play the game really quick. We can make it short and sweet because we are pushing for time. Whatever. It's our
200. We can
do
whatever I want to do.
Did Birds of a Feather Flock Together come from 1. African tribal traditions. 2. Hebrew literature. 3. Scottish ornithologists.
Okay, so the reason I'm going to go with African, and so because I have heard this, that when the white pigeons get together with the same thing with the white.
Aren't white pigeons doves?
I don't know. That's a good question. Get together with the white chickens. Sometimes you'll see them together. And they group together and they don't allow anyone else. And they call those bird gatherings Ku Klux Klans.
Oh, my goodness. No.
So there you go. So I'm going to go with African. African, final answer. Locked it in.
Usually we play this game before we do our Origins theme song. But no, you're incorrect. The first known use of the idiom in original English writing is 1545 when William Turner, played by Orlando Bloom, I think, when William Turner used a version of it in his anti-Catholic satire, The Rescuing of the Papist Fox. And this is what it is.
Man.
It is easy to know the cause for, this is all Old English, so I'll do my best to read this in normal English. It is easy to know the cause for as birds of on kind and color flock and fly always together. So the papists will ever be together, that on may ever help one another, not only the number as sterlings do when they are a furred of the hawk, but also to consult and take counsel together how they sect might be best promoted, maintained, and set forward. Oh, that's hard to read. Do you see the spelling of some of those words?
I can't see that far.
Okay. Well, Old English, it's like ridiculous. So
there you go.
That's wild. The gist of it is they flock together for their own protection. He's making fun of the Catholic
that's interesting.
Ups. But if you think of, he's talking about starlings. And have you ever seen starlings flock together and like it's almost mesmerizing?
Fly away, little starling.
And it's almost mesmerizing.
That's a Hannibal Lecter line.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Starling?
Clarice Starling. That's the name.
Oh.
Yeah.
When they flock together in the weird formations.
Totally.
So they do that to create a large appearance of a larger being, and hawks leave them alone.
How do they do that?
Like
How
fish
do
do
know?
that. Fish do that.
So on an aside,
flock of fish do that.
Then zebras. I don't know, you probably heard that same thing with zebras, and so they put like a paint on like one zebra, one red paint. This isn't even a joke.
Oh.
Red paint on a zebra, and then that was the one that the lions killed because they couldn't, like, they got weirded out by the moving patterns, whatnot, and that they couldn't. But as soon as they could identify one,
interesting,
then they could kill it. Yeah.
So this is one of the cases where you kind of do little googly searches.
Today we're going to go and experiment in the African savannah.
We're going to sacrifice one zebra.
Let's see what happens when we paint a zebra. Did not see that coming.
This is one of those idioms where you go and it's like they all say the same thing about William Turner writing this in 1554.
Wow. That's an old one. Actually.
It is an old one, but wait.
Okay.
So that's neither Scottish nor African, both your first and second guess. It is actually Hebrew literature.
No.
So if you dig just a tiniest bit deeper, the first known written instance of metaphorical use of the flocking behavior of birds is found in the 2nd century BC, where Ben Sira uses it as in his apocryphal biblical book of Ecclesiasticus, which is 180 to 175 BC, and then was translated into Greek about 100 years later. And verse 27, or chapter 27, verse 9 of this Greek version says this. You ready?
Peteina plosta homoia autois katarisei, kai arezaia plostas agazomunus auten epanexei.
That's, to me, sounds like it could be more Asian.
It's Greek.
Was it?
Yeah, but read by Google Translate. So,
okay.
I'm trusting that Google Translate actually, maybe it's all fake. They don't actually have the language represented it at all.
I think that someone would have picked up on that by now.
Anyway,
it's all fake.
It translates roughly to birds resort unto their like, so truth will return to them
Japanese.
That practice her.
It sounded Japanese. Do you have it actually? Was it actually said in Greek?
Yeah, Greek. Oh,
What?
That's the weirdest thing. Hang on a second. So the text showing is Greek, but look at what's checked off.
I can't read that.
Japanese.
It is Japanese.
So wait a minute.
I knew it.
So the text.
I knew it.
The text was Greek. Let's see.
Τεινά προς τα όμοια αυτής καταλύσει και αλήθεια προς τους εργαζομένους αυτήν επανήξει.
You know what's funny is if you listen to that, phonetically it was the same, but it had a Japanese accent.
Oh, that's crazy.
Epanixi is the last word. Anyway, you're right. That somehow got flipped over to Japanese at the top.
Yeah, it sounded Japanese. Just the cadence.
Huh.
It's some anime. It's the filter over.
So anyway, that is like now we're into the BCs of time and whatnot. So way predates that William Turner quote that everybody gives credit to.
That's pretty cool.
And then post William.
So it's in the Bible, is what you're saying?
Well, the apocryphal part of the Bible, which is not part of the Bible.
Well, Ecclesiastes is in the Bible.
Ecclesiasticus.
Oh, that's. I don't think it is.
No,
it's not. It's Ecclesiastes.
It's an apocryphal book.
Ecclesiasticus.
So yeah,
Spartacus.
There's a variety of quotes after William Turner. They use it in different ways. Plato said something along the lines of, "Men of my age flock together. We are birds of a feather." So
the gist of it, and I didn't think of that. Do you think that the coming together of the same people that are drawn together of the same is for their protection, so you can be yourself?
Yeah.
That is interesting. I never actually applied that
self-preservation
into a people dynamic. I just thought it was an enjoyment dynamic. Like, oh, we can get along.
You just get along. Yeah, I think it's self-preservation.
Oh, man. So you can be yourself. That's really interesting,
Makes more sense.
Yeah, makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I just got smarter.
Great.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, there you go. There's lots more quotes that we could, refer to about kind of the evolution to get where we are today, but save that for a rainy day.
That sounds good. Manuel, where are we at on that?
Manuel, I'm Mark.
No, it's Manuel. It says it's in Spanish, but it didn't sound Spanish. We need to move along here.
All right,
little doggy.
Well, do you want to play game? Do you want to
happy 200th? What are there any other final 200 things before we get into? We got Dang bringing a couple.
It's gonna bring some riddlinks.
I got a couple. You got a couple.
I've already heard from William Hung.
And if it all goes poorly, we haven't figured it out. So
we haven't figured out Beetle Bats.
So we're gonna end it with Beetle Bats. We'll do 6 riddlinks, 2 for you, 2 for me, 2 from Dang, and
leave everybody
and leave everyone with the Beetle Bat.
All right. Well, how do you want to start?
Well,
let's tell everybody what the game is.
What is the game?
Riddlelink is a game we like to play. It takes a 2-part trivia-based question, requires a 2-part overlapping answer, overlapping by syllable, word, sentences, complete novels, whatever works. For example, let me look here. What did we do last week? Last week was Gaining Ground, and we left you with, you didn't get this one. Let's see if you get it now. To get ahead with a brand new concept. Short and sweet. To get ahead with a brand new concept, and the idiom last week was Gaining Ground. I'll just tell you.
Nothing.
So Gaining Ground was the first part, to get ahead. Gaining Ground, and a brand new concept was groundbreaking. Gaining groundbreaking.
Makes sense.
And that's how you play Riddling.
Perfect. Well, as we said, I've got 2. You've got 2. Dang's got 2. I will start, and then you, and then Dang.
Beauty. You want to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll finish off with the Beetle Bat.
Sounds good.
Okay. So these some idioms here. That idea is insane. So let's get together similar people. That idea is insane. So let's get together similar people.
Looney bird? Looney birds of a feather? Something bird. Cuckoo bird? That idea is insane. That's crazy.
That crazy idea. So let's get together some similar people. The idea is for the bird.
For the birds of a feather flock together.
That's it.
For the birds.
For the birds.
Oh, man, I'm disappointed in myself for that. All right, I'll give you one of mine.
Okay.
What do birds of a feather do together when the simplest solution is probably the best? What do birds of a feather do together when the simplest solution is probably the best?
Birds of a feather.
What do they do together?
Flock together.
So you can't be together because I used that. What do birds of a feather do together? They
Flock?
Right. And the simplest solution is probably the best.
Wow, you got me. You got me. Illegitimate children. I hope you got it. I'm busted.
Have you heard of Occam's razor?
Oh, of course.
Flockman's razor.
Oh. Yeah. That's a great one. He was like a German priest. Occam's razor. It's a philosophical add-in of reduction.
Yeah.
I don't like it has merit, but I don't fully agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's Occam's. Anyways.
Occam's, yeah.
Yeah.
Flockham's. What did I say? Ockman's? I think I said Ockman's.
It's like
Occam's.
Some sort of cough syrup. Ockman's. It tastes terrible, but it works.
It works.
Okay. Dang.
Dang. Oh, dang. Dangle anal. Okay, here's Dan.
Birds of a feather do this together really clumsily. One more time. Birds of a feather do this together really clumsily.
See, he knows we need it repeated.
He knows. Well, it's flock.
Really clumsily.
I'm just like firing on 0 brain cells. I'm sad. Do this clumsily. Lockward.
That's it.
Flockward. Oh, yeah. Dangle. Thank you. That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to jump in with another one here. Keep this party rolling.
Keep it rolling.
Rolling. The idiom for similar people find each other on Rick Astley's second biggest hit.
Oh, what?
Exactly.
Read it again.
The idiom for similar people find each other on Rick Astley's second biggest hit.
Birds of a feather flock together forever?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was just
together
a guess.
forever.
Oh, yeah, now that you sing it. Oh, yeah. Birds of a feather flock together forever. Whew. That's a good one.
Nice, so good for you.
All right, here's my second one.
All right, let's do it.
Ozark's main character sticks with his own molting kind. Ozark's main character sticks with his own molting kind.
Well, it's Jason Bateman with his own
character.
Is he Marty? McFly? Marty. I really enjoyed Ozark. I don't know what his character, Marty. Tell me what Marty's last name is.
Bird.
No! It is! Marty Birds of a Feather Flock Together.
Yeah, that's all it is.
So sad right now. I'm embarrassed, actually.
That's funny. Like, if you just say it.
Oh, the idiom. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I pulled up all those details.
All right, here's Dan's last one.
All right.
See if you can get it. I think you'll enjoy this.
8-legged Charlotte's porcine friend keeps similar company to these flockers. One more time. 8-legged Charlotte's porcine friend keeps similar company to these flockers. Flocker?
That would be Will Birds of a Feather Flock Together.
Exactly.
Flocker. That's funny.
He's a good guy.
Thank you. There's so many fun things that are making my day.
200th episode. It's like a birthday party.
Oh, man. That's great.
We solved all those.
Yeah,
we're down to one. And I think we need to hear it again. Because
maybe if you can send somebody a sticker for figuring it out or something.
Yeah.
I put mine on.
We should clarify.
Actually, your daughter put mine on. And so,
Little Cricket.
Yeah, I love it.
We should clarify that the live event, we had to pull the plug. We had to
postpone it.
Yeah, could not coordinate people who were crucial to be there. Everybody's schedules was just too difficult. And
it's funny how many people talk to afterwards. It's like,
I was going to come.
Yeah, just message us next time.
I wonder how many people.
It's a good
thing we didn't announce the location.
Yeah, that would have been a challenge.
Because people would have just.
But we will. So with 250, this will be happening.
Is it?
Plan now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the riddle link we're going to leave hanging out there for everyone. From Beetlebad, thank you very much. It goes like this. Oh, here we go.
Hi, Jurassic Mark and Skinny. This is Beetlebat. To congratulate you on your 200 episodes of the Village Idiom, I've got a riddle for you. Congratulate yourself with a steak on this slightly curious anniversary.
There it is.
Man.
Congratulate yourself with a steak on this slightly curious anniversary. And that's riddling.
That's right. That's 3 minutes gone. Man, I'm just chewing on it. It bothers me that I feel like I'm mentally dancing around it, but we'll see. I'll just end up calling you with like yelling into a phone.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
You think you're going to get it? I'm lost.
I do think I'm going to get it.
I'm actually lost.
Yeah. Oh, well. That's okay. These things happen. And you just don't feel bad about yourself, okay?
Flank, sirloin, loin, bridges. That goes back to our celebrity
In the jungle,
name game.
The loin sleeps tonight.
That's a great song written by someone with
like a butcher,
dyslexia.
Well, thank you for sticking around with us for this incredibly long episode, and 200 of them at that.
200.
And so it's been a fun ride. We do have some, like an announcement. We will not be...
We were going to hand out stickers. If you want a sticker, just let us know.
Yeah, we were not going to be getting together for the next 6 days. But in the 7th, we're getting another episode continuing on for the foreseeable future. So...
Exactly. I'm in.
It's been fun.
It has
250
been fun.
is coming.
Birds of a feather flock together.
We're doing it.
Unless they're our friends that we want to come to our live event.
Our friends. These guys, illegitimate. Well, it was fun putting it together. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure you're at work right now. So it is what it is, or doing whatever you do with your life.
Usually, that's interesting that you said, I'm sure you're at work right now, because usually they're on their treadmill when you... I'm sure you're on a treadmill.
This one is so long that they're at work already. Or for those who retired.
Usually it's a tidy 30 minutes for your drive lunch. To work. Now you're at work going, I got to start. Like, how long is this going to go?
It's long. Oh, well. I'm Skinny.
I'm Jurassic Mark.
And these are the Village Idioms.
We are a girl gang like birds of a feather.
Just like that.
She bangs, oh baby, when she moves, I go crazy.
And that's 3 minutes gone.